On Monday, January the 29th, 2024, the next witness was Sergeant Joe Bryan. He and his partner attempted to interview Ethan as well as his parents, and we'll show part of that interrogation on here. But his testimony did not last long at all. Most of it was the interrogation tape, but there was a little bit of sparring at the end with the attorneys. So I thought, what the heck? Let's put the whole thing in. So here you go.
Who's next witness?
Sergeant Joe Bryan.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to give, or is it please I'll help you down?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so, step up, have a seat, and state your name for the record, spell your first and last name.
Joe Bryan, Joebrian.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Sir, how are you employed?
Employed as a detective sergeant with the Oakland County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. Can you keep your voice nice and loud for us, please?
All right.
Thank you. Now, Sergeant, where do you work within the Sheriff's Office?
I'm assigned to the Special Investigations Unit.
Okay, what do you do there?
We conduct major investigations, internal affairs, assist a lot of other departments. Anything kind of big we at least help out with.
Okay. Now, November the 30th, 2021, were you working that day?
I was.
Okay. Were you assigned to assist in the investigation of the Oxford High School shooting?
I was.
Okay. And at this time, how long have you been with the Sheriff's Office?
At that time, 27 years and some change.
Okay. So you're with the Special Investigative Unit now. Where did you work prior to that?
Same spot since 2011.
Okay. What about prior to that?
I ran the computer crimes unit for about 8 years. Prior to that, sergeant in jail, detective out in Highland, and then the jail.
Okay. All right. So, did you actually respond to the Oxford High School shooting scene? Did you respond to the shooting scene itself?
Not initially.
Okay. Were you directed to the Oxford substation, the Sheriff's Office?
I was.
Okay. And for what purpose?
To attempt to do some interviews.
Okay. Now, by the time that you had arrived at the Oakland County Sheriff's Office substation in Oxford, was the school shooter already in custody?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And was he brought to that location?
He was.
Okay. And during the course of your investigation, did you learn who the school shooter's parents are?
I did.
Okay. And his mother is Jennifer Crumbley?
She is.
She's in court today?
Yes, she is wearing the dark blazer. At the defense counsel.
The record will reflect the in-court identification of the defendant, Jennifer Crumbley.
Thank you. Once you learned who the school shooter's parents were, did you attempt to speak with those individuals?
I did.
Okay, and tell us how that came to be.
I called him up and had him come to the substation to talk to me.
Okay, so you learned the identities of James and Jennifer Crumbley and you made a phone call?
Correct.
Okay. So on Friday, we introduced evidence of call logs that showed you contacted James Crumbley about 1:50 in the afternoon, November the 30th. Does that sound accurate to you?
That sounds about right.
Okay. And when you made that phone call, what did you tell them to do?
Just come to the substation.
In Oxford?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did they arrive there?
They did.
Do you recall approximately the time they arrived there?
Probably around 2. We didn't wait much for them to get there.
Okay. And again, on Friday, there was evidence of their GPS data locations that indicate they were there at 1:58 p.m. Does that sound accurate to you?
Yes, sir.
All right. When you conduct interviews with individuals pertaining to investigation, criminal investigation, are those interviews generally recorded?
Most of the time.
Is that audio recorded as well as video recorded?
When available, yes.
Okay. Does the Oxford substation, the sheriff's office, have the capability to record interviews in such a fashion?
They did and do.
Okay. So on November the 30th, 2021, did you interview both James and Jennifer Crumbley?
I did.
Okay. And was that interview recorded?
It was.
Have you had the opportunity to review that recording?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does that recording fairly and accurately depict your interview with James and Jennifer Crumbley on November the 30th, 2021?
It does.
Judge, that's people's 340. People move to admit.
We have no objection.
340 is admitted.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to play it for the jury, but before we do, I just want to confirm with you, Sergeant, that the recording that we're going to introduce as evidence is Exhibit 340. It has a date and time stamp. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, but that time stamp is actually an hour off.
That's correct.
Okay, is that daylight savings time?
I don't know why it's off
Okay.
an hour. I really don't.
That's fair. But we know that they arrived at 1:58 in the afternoon, and did you speak with them immediately after they arrived?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be the time you spoke with them, not 2:58.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
How long is it, Sergeant? Do you know?
The video?
Yeah.
Like 15 minutes probably.
Okay.
It's
Not
around,
really long.
around 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
So Sergeant, as I get this queued up, this would have been right after they found out that their son was taken into custody for the Oxford High School school shooting?
Correct.
Just so we can identify everybody. This is you in the blue shirt,
Yes, it is.
and the individual to your left in the video is who?
My partner, Rob Miller.
Okay. Individual with the hat,
James Crumbley.
and the female in the video.
Jennifer Crumbley.
Okay. And again, this is 1:58 and 59 seconds, November 30th, 2021.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, we don't know all what happened yet because everything's still ongoing. It's our understanding he wasn't involved in a school shooting. He was the one who did everything. He said he acted alone. That's basically the only thing we've asked him so far because there's word about other students or other people in the audience. Want to use some questions for you, or ask you some questions first before we even start talking to him. Is there, I hate to stop you. Is it possible for me to have a word with my mouth? Yes, I'll get one. Super dry, break me out. Say that first,
Was there any technology that you know?
And we do not know. There are several people who've been shot though. This is my partner get back. We'll get into it with him a little bit. But we really need to talk to him. Of course, we can't do that.
Very good morning.
That's what I understand. But we'll talk about that.
You've never done anything bad.
Jennifer, what is your date of birth? Last name is also Crumbley. And James, what is your date of birth? So, we're coming in this very early, but when I say there was an issue recently, was that? This morning. What went down this morning? Well, he was writing, yes, show them the picture. He was doodling on a test, or a practice test.
Do you think we should probably have a lawyer?
That's up to you.
I think we probably should have a lawyer.
I think we can speak
I know.
to the cops, and
Just
we'll
be here. Probably
answer
not a lawyer.
these and here's our perspective right now. This thing is still very, very fresh.
Right.
All right, people are still on their way to the hospital and such. We need to know what his state of mind is. Is there explosive devices anywhere? Is there other guns anywhere? Did he hide guns, ammunition, explosive devices? Are there any other victims? We need to know these things quite rapidly.
I was in town. I saw all you guys go to when I see 5, I start concerned. I headed to the high school, obviously couldn't get to the high school, turned into the Meyer parking lot, and I saw all these kids standing outside. I'm trying to call my son, make sure he's okay, and
He texted me that he loved me.
He actually did that.
and somebody said that there was an active shooter.
35 minutes before he called me, I was
freaked out
I was
because
down
of
to the school.
the
He
situation.
was drawing that on the paper and the counselor called him down.
So really, you can't even
I don't know.
What did the text say?
No, but it was texted to me
Oh,
from the counselor.
counselor.
I texted Ethan at 12:21, you okay? He said, yeah, just got back from lunch. I said, you know, you can talk to us, we won't judge. He said, I know, thank you, I'm sorry for that, I love you. I said, I love you too. And then, you okay? And hear back. And then, he told me about what's going on, and I freaked out and I drove here from work. And
That's what we're at.
that's where we're at.
What time did you text him?
That was at 12:21, and he was just getting back from lunch.
So you guys had a meeting with the counselor this morning over
Yeah.
the school?
Yeah.
I said real quick against this. What, was it the first hour, second one, what time was it?
I got to school at 10:30, I don't know whatever.
So it would have been earlier, first or second hour, I don't know.
And what did he say?
I mean, he just said he was sorry, he just said, you know,
Does he have an issue, like being picked on?
No.
Or?
No.
not that we know of. His best friend, his parents just sent him somewhere to Wisconsin for an OCD rehabilitation. That was his only friend that he had. They come out all the time at school. Our dog, our Great Pyrenees, just passed away a couple months ago. My mom died back in April. So that's
So you got all the stressors going on.
They didn't.
So you say, I mean, did you guys go over this with him, like what is that with the totals? Anybody ask him what the total was?
No, the counselor just.
the counselor just said, you know, there's no.
I didn't even, honestly, I didn't even like think about that. 'Cause
I mean, it's Ethan. Like Ethan's like he's a perfect kid. Like he doesn't do anything. He doesn't get in trouble at school. He doesn't like.
is that how?
That's your guy? What kind of?
It's a 6-liter man. It was hidden in our armor, in the case, and the bullets were hidden in a completely different spot, underneath some jeans. I raced home, and I'm the guy
That's
that
under you saw all the cops.
after I saw the cops, after I found out it was an active shooter, after what went on this morning, I immediately raced home and found the gun in his hands when I called you guys. I called you guys right away, let you know.
Where, how far away is your guys' house from the high school?
Like right
We live on the street.
I'm not familiar with that.
he walked 15 minutes from
He
school.
walks to school.
really right in the village.
So what we'd like to do is talk to your son. And obviously you mentioned earlier our lawyer. He is totally entitled to one. That's going to be all up to you guys. But this is
We would like.
I'm messaging Andy right now.
Okay. Can Andy handle?
Andy can get me something.
We would like a lawyer present from here on out. Okay. And there's no disrespect to you guys. That's okay. It's just we don't. I don't want to have on this one. I only see this stuff on TV. That's cool.
All I know is I talked to the counselor about that. He texted me, and we went down there and met with him.
That's all that was about.
That's all it was about. And he didn't seem worried about it. And he said he could remote and stay at school, or he could go home. And I really wish we
Would have taken
could go home.
Is this, or is that?
She didn't help here.
For the time being, he's been arrested. He's going to either jail or for his military for a short time. So we're going to talk to him. So, that's where we're at.
Any medical conditions, any mental conditions we need to be aware of?
He said he gets anxiety before chest, and maybe there's something he can
Does he
do.
have any meds or anything like that that you have at home that you might need to bring for him? No meds, no. Is there no treatment for mental health, anything like that?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to get a confinement form. There's going to be a lot of stuff we have to ask them as far as just height, weight, and all that kind of stuff. And one of you guys can go with us.
Okay.
Yeah, I can come, bro. Alright, so give me 1 minute to go get the form. I'll be right back.
You're. Yourself the same. Any trouble with him with the law or anything?
Nothing.
Everything's suspended?
Nothing. You're not even.
No, I mean, the mediocre grades. I mean, they're up and down. You know, but
He got. I found out he had an E in geometry last night, and I got on.
Somebody click.
no, a grade. We were talking to him about his grade.
I got last one last
I'm
night.
sorry, it's what?
His grade
Grades, okay.
is failing geometry. And I got onto him. And then I was cut off this.
Excellent. You need to get the no. He's going to be safe. Okay. He's not hurt at all. It's going to get worse or it's better. At this point right now, it's all pretty fresh. We don't know. Say that how many people are hurt. If anybody's died, we don't know. At this point. Do you have any other children? Family members we should check in? Any family members you may be concerned about? Was he angry at any family members that you want to hurt?
well, I mean, she's not here. It's just fine. It's in the school. We apologized about last night. We talked about his grades. Told him, like, listen, we just want you to drop. Make sure you don't have, uncompleted assignments. That's all we want to do.
You seventh grader?
Not Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, something. They loaded bags. They were empty when you scored them. They were empty, the gun was empty, the bullets were in a completely different place. How many rounds did you have? I don't know.
100.
No. You guys bought 100 when you went to the
We
shooting?
bought 200.
I thought it was just a box of them.
Oh, I don't know.
No, you didn't.
I don't
He
remember.
didn't.
I don't remember what it
It
was.
wasn't an exorbitant amount of money, because you would have known.
About $56.
Okay, then he did, he only bought 100 rounds. And so you guys spent 50. So, yeah, and we go to the shooting range all the time.
He goes with you, so no time with the gun.
Yes. I've been trying to teach him safety, and, I mean,
It was a hobby that they did together, sure. Still not gonna release his name, are they?
He's a juvenile, they won't do that.
Hmm?
No, they will not. He's a juvenile, they won't release him. I don't know where Greg is, but James Robert
it's,
Jennifer, what's your number?
Cause I tried calling him and telling him it was emergency this tomorrow right now. I don't do it. I'll talk to him.
Jennifer Lynn? You guys still get her, correct? Okay, we take a couple places and we'll get. You guys want to pop up? I'll leave your phones in there. I'll walk in and see basic information.
Yeah, I think so.
How much do you weigh?
180.
Eye color?
Blue, grayish.
Hair color?
Brown, or brown.
Okay, so we were going to ask you a bunch of questions about why you did this and get your whole side of the story. Your parents want to retain and turn into, and I'll be asking you any questions about the incident that you were involved in. Your parents popped in here to start get some basic information. You'll have a contact with them eventually. We'll be taking you to either Oakland County Jail or Children's Village for Forthwith. Get you lodged after we take all your clothes and everything else you have on you. Any questions for me? You're going to ask you. It's up to you. If you want to ask me something, go ahead.
I don't think we need to ask you any questions right now.
Okay, pop up. I'll back up.
Please say your extra.
Why?
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You guys can. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You guys can.
Didn't even like care. What the fuck?
You're free to go. You're free to go. You have our information. Do you have any questions for us? So typically what happens is, now we haven't done you.
Somebody contact us and let us know where your one's going to be.
The corporal. Yeah.
When?
A day or two. Could be today, could be tomorrow. I mean, look what he did, right? So right now, I really don't care about.
We understand, right?
So somebody will be in contact
Okay.
because of his age. Yeah. Okay. I'll walk there you go.
Sergeant Brian, person we heard sobbing at the very end, was that the defendant or is that her husband?
Oh, James.
Your Honor, I would object. They're both crying at the end. I think that's misleading.
The only one who can
I
make
think
that
it's- okay.
is Sergeant Brian.
Okay, well, he has personal knowledge. You can,
Yeah.
you can rely on the evidence that you see, okay? You can, all the evidence will be available for you when you deliberate as well, okay?
And Sergeant, we had some pauses in there. That's because personal information was being obtained from the defendants?
Correct.
Okay. Judge, I'm going to move to admit that the transcript of the interview is Exhibit 424. The audio is a little bit garbled over the two TVs that the court has in the courtroom.
Any objection?
Your Honor, I have not seen 424. They have not sent it to me.
We can
So,
feel free to take a look at my copy while we can.
Okay,
The court can withhold the ruling.
Subject to review, you can let me know in the next 2 days,
yeah,
okay?
absolutely, and likely, no objection, but I need to see it. Thanks.
This is a transcript,
Yes, Judge.
all right.
That would be 424. We'll revisit tomorrow.
Yeah, let me know this stuff. all right?
Okay, we'll do.
Certainly. And Sergeant Brian, what was your impression of the defendant's demeanor throughout the interview?
Atypical from what I'm used to on something like that.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, I would object as to the foundation, lack of foundation for this.
Just,
Sure. Sergeant Brown, you've been in the sheriff's office for 29 years now?
Yep, a couple months.
Okay. And you've been with the Special Investigative Unit for over 10 years?
Yes.
Okay, and you already told us that that is the unit within the sheriff's office that handles the major investigations?
Yes.
Okay, that includes internal affairs?
Correct.
And it includes homicides?
Correct.
How many interviews of either witnesses or suspects of crimes have you think you've been a part of?
5,000, maybe
Okay.
more,
This is something you do on a day-to-day basis?
every day.
Okay. And you described the defendant's demeanor as atypical?
Correct.
Okay. And tell us why.
Your Honor, I would object as to this witness's opinion when the jury can see what's in the video. Every person in life reacts differently. This is very grossly unfair and prejudicial.
That's argument. The counsel's free to
Isn't
make
the
that
best
argument.
evidence of how she reacted to the video itself?
Well, I think an officer with 30 years of experience is in a unique position to give that testimony.
I think the jury can decide for themselves. The jury's gonna see the evidence, they saw the videotape, they can decide if that her behavior is normal or not normal.
Thank you, Judge.
How do people, I guess you can ask, how do people react when their children, you know, you've had other cases with children being charged.
Yes, not a school shooting, but yes, I've had many cases where kids have done bad things.
Okay.
I've had to tell the parents.
And you've had to tell the parents of that?
Yes.
Okay. And what you experienced on November the 30th was not consistent with your
Your Honor,
experience in the
I
past?
object again. Same thing.
That was the court's question.
I didn't hear the question.
I was just following up with the court's question, Judge, that in his experience, he's had the opportunity to interview parents of a juvenile who's done something illegal.
What's a common reaction that you experience?
Crying, disbelief, why, those
Your
kind of
Honor,
things, Your Honor.
Again, I object. It's irrelevant and it's prejudicial, and no other parents have had a child, their child, commit a school shooting. He just said, this is
Well, that's
such
not
a
true.
different case. Well, he said in his experience, he hasn't talked to anyone else with a school shooting.
He said he's dealt with children who've done very bad things, right?
This is like bad, though. I mean, this is
Yeah.
like,
Well, we're going to move on anyway. You guys can watch the video and decide for yourselves, okay?
I have nothing further, thank you.
Okay, Cross.
it's fair to say that every parent reacts differently when confronted with news about their child.
Yes.
And you don't know Jennifer and James Crumbley, correct?
No, I do not.
And prior to this day, you had never met Ethan Crumbley.
No.
So whether their reaction was even normal for how they normally react, you wouldn't even know that.
Correct.
I have nothing further.
Redirect.
Just briefly.
Your Honor, I do have one question, if I could just have a moment. Okay, there's one, it's listed here. Okay. I was just asking about an exhibit, Your Honor, that's listed through Sergeant Brian, but it's coming in through a different.
Okay,
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm keeping track.
okay, yeah.
Thank you.
That was only, the video was and the transcript were the only ones.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
In your experience, you ever deal with a parent in this situation who was scrolling through her phone during this interview?
No.
Nothing further.
Your Honor, I object as to relevance, and she's giving the phone to him. I at least ask for recross.
You can ask him another question if you want. Go ahead.
While Mrs. Crumbley is showing you things from her phone during the interview, correct?
She showed me the picture, yes, ma'am.
And she's trying to zoom in on the picture, and the thing won't zoom in, correct?
Correct.
And she's sitting there scrolling, looking for it on other messages and threads. Or
I don't know.
you don't know.
I don't
Okay,
know.
fair enough. Thank you.
Nothing further.
Okay, you can step down and
Thank you,
next.
Your Honor.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Please make sure to check out my playlist of the Crumbleys case in my main channel so you do not miss another upload. I have multiple already on this trial. Have a blessed day.